Hi, let's cook some shrimp. I've got these shrimp and I let them stand at room temperature first. It's always a good idea because it just feels like a good idea. I'm using the grapeseed oil. Do I seem rather lazy? I'm not. It's just that I've got a lot of stuff going on, but I wanted to cook these shrimp because they need to get cooked. I cooked those scallops, and weren't they delicious? Yes, they were. How do you know how to cook shrimp just right? Practice, practice, practice. The same way that you get to Carnegie Hall. A little bit more. Bottom of the pan needs to be covered in oil. Now, I have, I told you, my mother-in-law's cast iron skillet, it's crooked. Or maybe the stove is crooked. Something crooked because it all puddles to one side of the pan. But after a while, you get used to things. And that's how you learn how to cook everything well. Not well done, but you learn how to cook it well because you keep doing it. And you learn how to cook shrimp to just that, remember, baby bear moment where it's not too raw. You don't want to do the raw shrimp. That's dangerous. And it's not too well done because that shrimp gets rubbery and stringy and it takes the joy out of the shrimp. You got to get it into that zone, and with shrimp that zone is pretty narrow. How do you know when it's there? You keep cooking shrimps because you love them and you learn. That's how you learn, actually. Let's turn this on. Okay. Most important thing for everything you cook is to make sure the pan is nice and hot. Once again, these are the marinated shrimps, and the marinade is the sriracha and the agave. And I also added some sliced ginger. I'm not going to be cooking that though because that would just kind of be not necessarily a bad idea, but not great. Doesn't matter. Okay, so these are nice big shrimps, and did I devein them? Some of them. I talked about how deveining is your choice. Pretty good. That's how my mom told me how to tell if your pan is hot enough. You want that sizzle. It's just like that chemistry between people. You want that sizzle. Let's see. A little bit more. And again, your ear gets to know the sound of the right sizzle. I could tell that oil isn't hot enough. So I wait, which is very, 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 very difficult for me. Better. Did you hear how it went here when you put it in? The first one, there was this tiny, like, micro pause right before I heard the sizzle. But the second one, I heard the sizzle as I put the shrimp down, and that's what you want. Now we've got a hot enough pan. The shrimp timing is all about the way it looks, put the marinade in after, so that why? Because that's the way it works best. I know I sound lazy, but if you have just a couple of shrimps, you want to turn them this way. It's much easier than when you have a bunch of shrimp, like you're doing in a stir fry or something. Turn them. Now I'm shutting it off because I know that that pan is going to be cooking the shrimp even though I turned off the flame. There was a Chinese place that had just opened up in the valley when I was living there, and the guy was a chef from China, and there was a little bio of him on the wall. Said that he had been the chef for royal suppers, banquets rather, in which he served like 8,000 people. Can you imagine cooking for 8,000 people? He would ask you on the phone how long the drive, and he would cook your meal so that from the time you brought it into your car and then into your house, he knew in his head the cooking time based on how long it took you to drive home, and that's how long he would cook it for. So if you lived 25 minutes away, he would cook your meal keeping that in mind. If you were right around the corner, he would cook it accordingly. I think that's kind of awesome, don't you? Remember, you want your nose snatcher for stuff like this, and get it at the dollar store. I think I cooked these a little too long, because the little ones, smaller ones actually, they're bright white, and for me they shouldn't be a bright white. They should be, and by the white, of course, I mean in between the pink, and it feels a little bit overcooked too. No. Perfect. And it's very spicy, but it's not spicy, it's hot because of the sriracha. Yeah. So I have these shrimps. You can do all sorts of things with them. You can put them atop a salad, a pasta, of course, rice, anything you like. I'm going to show you how to make Israeli couscous. And these on top of the couscous. Enjoy your shrimp. Try something new. Go to your fishmonger and ask for 6 shrimp. Get the big ones, jumbo, and try it out. What's the worst that can happen? You make some disgusting shrimp. And that's an adventure. Adventures in disgusting shrimp. Bye.